grandson Miles' favorite dish, mac and cheese. This recipe is really simple. It's perfect for working parents like my son and daughter-in-law. The recipe is enough for 8 to 10 people, or you can cut it in half for a family of 4. First, we're going to start out. Miles is kind of finicky about his vegetables. So one of the things we do is use mac and cheese as a vehicle for him to eat his vegetables. So I've bought frozen peas and carrots, and I'm going to microwave them per the directions. You add just a little bit of water, and whatever package you have, this is 16 ounces of vegetables, and it says to cook them for 3 to 4 minutes in the microwave. So I'm going to do that. Now, once your water is boiling in the pot, you can add your pasta. You want to make sure you salt the water enough, almost like it's salted water. We're going to put this in, and it's going to cook for 7 to 8 minutes until al dente. And while that's cooking, we're going to start our cream sauce. But first, before we do that, on the top of the macaroni and cheese is going to be a breadcrumb. So first we're going to melt the butter for the topping on the macaroni and cheese. And once that's melted, we're going to add it to a half a cup of panko. We use 4 tablespoons of butter. And part of the reason you want to put the butter in first is this is going to coat the bottom of the pan, so when you go to make your cheese sauce, it won't stick to the bottom as much, and you don't have to use a second pan. So we're melting the butter, and once this is all melted, we are going to add it to the panko, and that will be a breadcrumb topping. We're going to put this over here in the panko. And the reason you add the butter is so that it turns nice and brown when it goes into the oven. So we're going to set this aside to set on top, sprinkle on top of the finished macaroni and cheese dish. Now this is nice and coated with the butter. So we're going to first add 2 12-ounce cans of evaporated milk. And you want that on medium heat. And then to this, we're going to slowly add and whisk 8 ounces of cream cheese. Okay, so we're slowly adding the cream cheese to the evaporated milk. We'll put it just in pieces, and you keep whisking to make sure it gets incorporated. The beauty of the cream cheese is that it makes the sauce so thick that you never have to add flour or anything. So this is going to take us probably the whole time that the pasta is cooking to slowly add 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature. We're then going to whisk in 8 ounces of Velveeta. With the Velveeta, you can grate it like I have here, or you can cut it in pieces. But you just slowly want to keep stirring. This is a way to grate it. But you want to slowly keep stirring, and you're going to add the 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, 8 ounces of Velveeta, and then 8 ounces of extra sharp cheddar. And so we're going to take our time and incorporate this all in together, and then we'll come back and show you our completed milk sauce, and our pasta should be done, and we'll be ready to put our macaroni and cheese together. Okay, welcome back. While you've been away, our pasta's done. It's been cooking about 7 minutes, about the same amount of time it takes to cook the pasta. I've incorporated or combined and blended all of the cream cheese, the Velveeta, and the sharp cheddar cheese. And you'll see it's a nice cream, really smooth consistency. It smells wonderful, and I'm going to taste it and then season it. Just really, you get the hint of the cheddar, and the Velveeta is just nice and creamy. So we're going to add a little bit of salt to taste, and a pinch of white pepper. And right now I'm going to drain my pasta in the colander, and when we come back I'm going to combine all the ingredients and put the completed macaroni cheese in the oven. So we'll be right back. Okay, I've drained my pasta, and it's in a colander. I'm going to now combine all the ingredients together. These pastas I chose because Miles loves everything with wheels. Cars, police cars, fire trucks. but you could use anything, whole wheat, elbow pasta, anything. You'll notice my sauce is nice. It's totally creamy. The wonderful thing about the cream cheese is that it really is consistent. So we're going to add this to the pasta. And the other thing you might notice, there's a lot of gourmet kind of macaroni and cheeses, but the reality is when you're serving young children, their palates haven't fully developed at this point, and this sauce is perfect. You get enough of the spice with the extra sharp cheddar. The Velveeta and everything is a little on the more mild side, but it's so creamy with all the textures that makes it really wonderful. So we're going to combine this, and then add the vegetables. The peas and the carrots add a lot of color, and as Paladino always says, you eat first with your eyes, and so this is going to make it a pretty dish. And we're going to add, plus it adds a lot of nutrition, and the kids are getting, here you have one dish, you have both the creamy and the calcium from all the cheese, and then the nutrition from the vegetables. So you could almost make this a one dish meal. And so once you've got all of this incorporated, we're going to put it in a 9 by 13 pan. But I'm first going to spray it with cooking spray. This will make it easier to clean up later. And so then we're going to take and put our macaroni and cheese in the pan. And then we're going to put the panko, or the breadcrumb and butter topping on top to add some crunch. And then we're going to put the macaroni and cheese in a 350-degree oven for 20-25 minutes, so that you'll know it's done when the cheese is bubbling and the top is golden brown. Let's see, we get all of the pasta out here. So this is a fun thing for a children's birthday party or for dinner after you get home from work. Now you could make it to this point, cover it and refrigerate it, and then put the breadcrumbs on top right before you put it in the oven. So here we're going to scrape the breadcrumbs over. So this is nice and easy and simple. And with all the different children's birthday parties I've been to, I'm always looking at different types of mac and cheese recipes, but I think you'll find this one will be one of the biggest hits you've ever had. So we're going to put this in the oven, and when I come back, we'll pull it out and we'll be giving our mac and cheese a taste test. See you then. Our timer just went off in the kitchen. However, you can smell that it's done. There's this wonderful fragrance of the cheese and the Philadelphia cream cheese and the mac and cheese. So let's take it out and give it a look and see how our mac and cheese has turned out. You know when it's done when it's bubbling around the edges, like it is here, and it's all golden brown. So this is, and you can see the peas and carrots, all the wonderful color and the crunchy top. And we'll be back in just a moment, and I'm going to taste our macaroni and cheese. And I'm sure Miles, my grandson, is absolutely going to adore this recipe. Well, our mac and cheese is done. It smells absolutely marvelous. We have the pretty color of the green peas and the orange carrots and the golden brown crunchy top. It just smells wonderful, and I can't wait to taste it. I really do think I found the perfect cheese sauce for mac and cheese. The Philadelphia cream cheese and the Velveeta are really smooth and creamy, and consistently it just holds together. And then you add the extra tang of the cheddar. It's really, really to die for. And so now comes the taste test. Really good. Miles, Granny says this is yummy and cool.